Well, ladies and gentlemen, oh man, look at me. I look like some cool ice rapper. Wow, this is cool, man. By the way, do you remember my last name? What's my last name? What's my name again? I just saw this hat somewhere online and they say, you can put anything you want, 4-letter words. Because you can't have 3, otherwise it'll look weird. But I did get the one with KRS. But I just wanted to see what it's like R-A-A-J. What's my last name? So yes, today we're doing our video of planets through nakshatras. And this week we're going to be covering Saturn in the nakshatra of Swati. And what happens when Saturn is in the nakshatra of Swati in your particular horoscope. And as always, if you do not know where is your Saturn placed, what nakshatra it's in, what your other planetary placements, their nakshatra placement, all the other astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So Saturn in Swati nakshatra. So Swati is a nakshatra that expands in the sign of Libra from 640 degrees to, I believe, 20 degrees of Libra zodiac sign. And Swati is a nakshatra ruled by Rahu. Its symbolism is a wavy bush, a waving bush in the wind, and also a coral. And this is a nakshatra that specifically is ruled by Rahu, at least in terms of the Vimshotri Dasha system. And this is a nakshatra of a person who is very independent, very self-reliant, extremely bold, and they have the ability to cut you from their conversation and communication. They are very cutthroat when it comes to communication. They can say things that you will never expect. You will be intimidated when they say it. So this is a very strong nakshatra. This is not just a nakshatra of people who do business and people who want to go from, do mass communication, PR individuals come from Swati nakshatra. No, this is a nakshatra of bravery because of the fact it's symbolized by Lord Hanuman. Although the deity is Vayu, the god of wind, but also the symbolism is Hanuman, bravery, courageousness. They're not afraid to back down from things. They're not afraid to back down from fights. But where their best ability comes in is to mass produce something, is to go out there and use the airwaves to their advantage. And this is the placement where Saturn actually gets exalted, right? In Libra, Saturn is exalted, especially at 20th degree. The last padha of this nakshatra is where Saturn really gets exalted. So Saturn in Swati nakshatra now starts moving towards his highest of self. Saturn represents duty, commitment, sacrifice, discipline, structure, organizations, working class, servants. It is the public. It is the general public. So when you have Saturn in this nakshatra, you have love of the general public. You have love from them. Saturn becomes extremely outspoken about social welfare, social reform, political reform, being the voice of the people who cannot be heard in the government. Saturn and remember, Saturn gets its directional strength where? In the 7th house, which is originally the sign of Libra. This person has the maturity, the discipline, the structure to do business. Why? Because they are able to negotiate. They're able to bring about conversations with the masses of people where a king will not go. A king does not want to negotiate. That's why Sun gets debilitated in Libra. Because now king has to go and negotiate, where king's supposed to give orders and is supposed to get what it wants. Saturn is like, this is where my domain is. I love the masses of people. They love me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take advantage of the situation of mine where everybody loves me. Well, I'll do business. And I will gain through this business. When they communicate, Saturn and Swati Nakshatra people, first of all, they will think 10 times. Should I say this or not? They will pay attention to each single word and syllable in the paragraph or the sentence. They'll be like, how is this going to benefit me now and in the future? So when it comes to communication, they are very much perfectionist because they do not want to make a mistake. And Saturn brings that discipline, structure into making communication something which is mature, perfect, okay, and can be communicated to the masses. So kind of like, this is the person that can become like a legal attorney for some oil company. And, when the spill happens, they know exactly what to say. They know how to convince the massive crowd. And especially, this is the type of Saturn where you will have a very strong, outspoken servant. Servant will be very strong, very diligent, very hardworking, very much a workaholic, but they will also have their opinions. And somehow they'll be able to convince you of what they're saying. This is why these people, especially when they have Saturn in the third house, they're able to negotiate their way into getting a promotion. Because now Saturn is sitting in the third house of communication in the Swati Nakshatra. Third house is about marketing, sales, online businesses, speech, communication. Speech is also second house. But third house is second from the second house. So it's the gain of speech. So they're able to, with their mature ability, get themselves into a higher position. But one of the things you have to understand with Swati Nakshatra is that its caste is a butcher. What is the job of a butcher? Cut. So obviously you will see butchers with this, and I've seen them, quite a few people from, I think, was it Slovakia or New Zealand? I had somebody who's from a family of like animal farming and butchering, and they had Saturn right in the ascendant in Swati Nakshatra. And when they say, well, I'm a butcher, but I want to do this and this, I don't want to be in this family business, and I'm like, well, it makes all that sense. But the butcher symbol really shows that whenever they talk, or whenever somebody else is talking, they will cut them and they'll start speaking. Like, you're having a conversation, they'll be like, no, I think this is going to be. Like, and if they're trying to speak and somebody speaks, no, this is how it's going to be. Like, they want to keep going. They want to get their message across first. Because this is such an airy nakshatra, they want to get their message across. And the message that they get across, remember, it's all, and they do a very honest job in convincing their peers, convincing the people that what they're saying is the truth. Are they speaking the truth? Because you're going to have, chronic liars with Swati Nakshatra. You have to see the malefic impact upon Saturn. Saturn is conjunct Rahu in the second house with the Swati Nakshatra. That means they can lie so much that they don't even realize that what they say now is it the truth or lie. For them, it's the truth. Psychologically, for them, it becomes the truth. So you can have extremely honest people who will say how they want, what they want, when they want it, and they will cut you off to get their message across. Or if there's a malefic impact on this Saturn, or any other planet who's helping you with communication, or impacts your second house in a malefic impact, can show somebody who can lie their way so well that for them it becomes the truth. So even you can't say, oh, you lied to me. They'll be like, oh my God, this person believes these things. They're not lying. They actually believe these things. So that's one of the things that you have to watch out for Swati Nakshatra. But this is the person, when they don't get their way one way, they will go the other way. For them, if one door closes, they don't shut themselves off. They will, like that, find 10 different doors that can open for them. Because remember, this is a nakshatra which shows a bush waving in the wind, going here, going there. So when this does not work, it'll move here. When this does not work, they move there, and they'll move back. Wherever the wind is, and they're very free-flowing, they love traveling. They love to travel. They love to travel like going on road trips. Why road trips? Because road trips are, first of all, long. It's on a concrete pavement, like concrete road, which is what? Saturn. Roads are 7th house, Libra, but also Saturn. Like all the, whatever they call them, charcoal or, it's not concrete for sure, what is it? Whatever the material is, charcoal, I believe, right? It's Saturn. So this person has this great desire to go on a car, which is also Saturn because it's mechanical device. Engineering is the Mars part. The mechanism of the car is Saturn. So this person loves to go on long road trips because they want to flow with the wind. They love to get convertible cars. You will notice that with especially if Moon or Venus are in Swati Nakshatra, these people love to have convertible cars. They want to feel the wind when they travel. They love to be around the beach where there's wind. They love to live on the top of the mountain where there's wind. They have this affinity. They want to feel the breeze in their life. Also, these people can produce, especially like if this planet in Swati Nakshatra is somehow affecting the 5th house, 5th lord, they can actually have 4 children, 4 sons. And also the 2nd and 3rd pada, I believe. Yeah, because the first one is the Sagittarius. Yeah, 2nd and 3rd pada are actually ruled by Saturn. So Saturn does very well in this nakshatra. Because not only it's exalted, it gets its full directional strength in a way, but also it has its own sign placement in Navamsha. And obviously at 20th degree it gets exalted. So beautiful placement of a Saturn to really earn through communication, earn through business. Okay? So guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Saturn is placed, all my books, reports, consultation, my Pi Paddhati reading, Rahu Ketu reading, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.